Hello, I'm Euge Valovirta, and today I'm gonna compare my Marshall JCM800 from 1984, which is modded, or is it? Many people have asked me that what's the mod, and to my knowledge it's not been modded, but it sounds awesome. And my 1985 JCM800 2203, which is confirmed to be stock. So stay tuned after the intro. So this is the from 1984, and many people, like I told in the intro, have asked me that man, it sounds awesome. What's the mod? And I've always replied that I've had it for about 20 years, and to my knowledge, it hasn't been modded. It has been retubed a few times, but yeah, so I was supposed to take this to an dedicated amp guy to see that you know, what's inside, what's the so-called mod in there, and because personally I mean, this is how JCM800 sounds if it's a good one, and if it has a good tubes. I played with many 800s because I used those in Shining. We used a lot of rental backline because we did a lot of fly dates, fly gigs, and we used real amps. So and some of them sounded really good, some of them not that good, so that's why I usually use the clean channel and use the Friedman BEOD, because then usually not the clean channel, the low input, or the clean channel of the JCM2000, because the clean channel is usually, you know, it's you know, your basic platform for pedals. But anyway, I recently got this back, this 85. I switched it to the Jubilee that you probably seen on my videos with another Finnish guitar player a while ago, and now we switched back because at the end of the day we both realized that I'm a JCM800 2203 guy. That's the best amp in the world, period. And at least in my opinion, because that was my first tube amp, so I played with 800s, because my first what's the word, when I get involved into tube amps, my first amp was an 800, and I used an BOSS Super Overdrive to boost it, which I'm using now, because that's kind of, you know, what's the sound in my head, the feel and touch. To me, that's the ultimate amplifier. But yeah, we figured out that, or I figured out that I'm an 800 guy. Jubilee is a great amp, awesome amp, and it's based on the 2203. And my friend realized that he's more of a Jubilee guy. So now I got it back, and I'm gonna do a comparison. And well, I'm gonna just play this a bit, and then I'm gonna play about similar stuff with this one. The settings are exactly the same on both. I'll put a picture somewhere there. And the signal chain is that my guitar, ESP Japan Custom Shop Signature Series, my own design based on my old Tokai. EMG8185, I switch pickup every now and then. Because on the last video I had 57 and 66 on this one, but 8185 just seemed to work really good with the 800, because there's enough of that high sizzle, which those 57 and 66 has. Yeah, then it goes to Super Overdrive, then it's ISP decimator just to get rid of the hiss, that little. Then the amp, and from the amp it goes to a reactive load. And from there I have the cabinet or the IR that I usually use, Marshall Mode 4 cabinet with vintage 30s and EVH speakers, and vintage 30 being the dominant one, and there are both speakers mic'd with SM57 and Royal 121. From there it goes to Eleven Rack, which is only an audio interface. From there it goes to a Logic. And the only post-processing I've done, because I mean these have quite a lot of that high sizzle, and I've actually gotten a few comments that sounds great, but why do I have such a high, you know, that above 12K there? I answered that I don't want to do any post-processing because that's the way this sounds, but I understand it's a bit annoying to that really high, which these amps tend to have, at least with this IR. I like the IR a lot, so there's nothing. Everything comes out what's feed into that or something. Anyway, now I have high and low pass filters, so it cuts everything from below 90 Hertz, and then I think it's let me see what's the high low pass, so it cuts smoothly everything from 67K, 6700 Hertz, so that's nothing else, so it just removes the and the, because to be honest, because I've been playing heavy metal as a profession for 20 years, my ears aren't that good, so I can hardly hear anything above 10 or something, I think. So but anyway, hopefully this is more better for your ears. Okay, 1984 first. Okay, then I'm gonna switch this off like that, put it to a from the 1984, the stock one. I'm gonna switch the speaker cables like that, and let's let it warm a bit. So yeah, So soon you will hear how the stock one sounds to the one that, compared to the one that most people believe it has been modded. Whoops. Was there a difference? I couldn't hear, I couldn't feel. And this is stuck, it's confirmed, because this was just retubed and checked and everything by a dedicated amp guy, and it was confirmed that this is stuck. And well, you heard, they sound the same. So I guess it leaves nothing but the option that this one is stuck too. Maybe they're just exceptionally good fellas, because they sound amazing to me. It's such a fun to play. God damn. So, and the settings are the same. Presence 4, bass 9, mid 6, treble 6, master just a little bit below 2, and preamp gain at 7. So, I mean, with these amplifiers, they're ridiculously loud. I mean, if you check my other video where I play with a real cabinet in the studio, I'll put a link in there. It was these settings, and the picture was moving because of the air pressure. So I think the sweet spot is around 2 these, maybe 3. After 3, it's just gonna add that power amp distortion, and after noon it's just goes like, so there's nothing happening. These are really ridiculously loud amps, but with this bad boy takes the hit, and there's IR inside, so I can play at home and find the sweet spot, and I don't have to worry about the volume, because I can make it quieter from here. I will do a demo of this in a short while too. So, you heard it. They're stuck. So, if you like what you're hearing, and if you happen to stumble upon these, I recommend. I mean, I played with the reissues. Sounds the same to me, like with the Jubilee. I mean, it's not the easiest amp to play. It's quite hard. It's like really, I mean, you hear everything. You hear mistakes, everything. So you kind of have to play, and it's loud as fuck. is fuck loud, well anyway, but just great amps. Not the easiest ones, not the smoothest ones, but if you like your tone to be mean, aggressive, in your face and articulate, it's a good old JCM800 then, boosted with an overdrive. And I love the Super Overdrive because it just thickens and tightens everything up. Hey, hopefully you enjoyed this as much as I did. And I'm gonna keep on playing these because it's fun. So until next time, take care. Bye.